What's up with you, man? You got Skyrim on this list. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so yesterday, I think I mentioned already, I kind of spent the day in bed, and today I kind of did the same, just feeling kind of dumpy. And
Mm.
I was like, well, I don't really want to watch Netflix, so I'm just going to throw on YouTube and just watch some like random stuff. And I forgot about the series called Curating Curious Curiosities. Say that
Mhm.
5 times fast. And
Nope.
yeah, exactly. And I had discovered this series on YouTube actually quite some time ago when I was playing Skyrim, and I wanted to look up some research on, or I was doing some research on this one particular area in the game called Blackreach, which I've definitely mentioned on the show before. And I decided to watch the rest of these videos that this dude, I think his name's Camel or Camelworks, that's his name on YouTube, and he has this series called Curating Curious Curiosities, and it's amazing. And some of the videos are anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours in some cases, where he basically
Well,
breaks down one particular province or area in the game. So let's take let's just take oh my god, I'm blanking. Whiterun, for example, or the Rift. He might
okay.
do a video on Whiterun, and it could be an hour of him just talking about like all these little secrets, lore, what you can do, items, people that you meet. And it's incredibly boring to an outsider that knows nothing about Skyrim. Like, Lauren yesterday was like, dude, seriously, with the videos? Like, are you going to watch something else? And I was like, nope.
No.
Yep. So I kept going, and it was rekindling that love that I have for Skyrim. And I was like, come on, Will, like, you're playing Child of Light. You're slacking in Sekiro. You're slacking in Ghost of Tsushima. You're starting to fall behind again and veer off. And I was like, you know what? Listen to Drew, listen to Tom. Sometimes it's okay to do that. And
Mhm.
Child of Light is not going on the back burner. I'm still staying with that. But I think I am going to make this return to Skyrim because of this video series.
Okay.
And it's really just because I haven't forgotten how much I love the game, but this video series is so good. It's like documentary quality that I was like, man, I just want to go back. I want to go back. I want to get lost in there. I want it to become one of those things that I start doing more often, because since I have been adulting so much, I haven't had a chance to do the complete opposite and
Mm.
just bury myself into a game like after work kind of religiously. And I feel like now might be the time to start doing that a little bit more, because I've been
Yeah.
doing so much other stuff that I think something in my psyche is just like, dude, you gotta, it's time to turn that shit off for a while and bury yourself in a game. Keep playing Child of Light, but get yourself buried in something else as well. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't know when, probably potentially tonight, depending on how I feel. If not, certainly this week, I will be
Mm.
reinstalling the game and picking up where I left off in my Vampire Lord escapades. So
To me, that game just seems like it's like your security blanket.
it is. I think,
You know.
when I have moments in my life where I just want to kind of escape, or if I just want to get lost in something, I feel like it's absolutely a go-to. You can't
Right.
get lost in Metal Gear. You can't get lost in Asura's Wrath and all these games that I've talked about so many times. Those are special games, but in order for me to really transform into Vampire Lord, then last joke, I promise. Then that is the game that must be played. And the more I think about it, and when I was watching these videos, I'm starting to think that it really might be my favorite game ever made. And I want to say I've said
Really.
that before, but I'm really starting to think that as much as I love these other games, um, which is basically like a handful of maybe 8 that I've brought up so many times, I think
Mm.
Skyrim is always going to be the closest to my heart, and there's still a part of me that wants to be able to play it the best way possible. And what I mean by that is I actually did some research on what is the best way to experience that game. Is it on PC? Is it the Legendary Edition? Is it with mods? I looked up all this different research in Reddit threads and just everywhere on the internet, and it seems like everybody has a slightly different opinion. But I think there's going to be some point in my life where I probably will venture back to the PC side of things and get a PC that's good enough to run pretty much any game at max settings, just so I can experience that game at full capacity.
Mm.
because I just want to do that. If it's not that route, then I'll probably wait for PS5 or get like a Pro or something, and then get 4K, and then that will be my cream of the crop experience with Skyrim.
Right. Yeah, I mean, there's so many mods that are available for that game too. Like, I feel like if you were to go into the PC side of things with that, it would be basically your never-ending story.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost kind of frightening to think of like how
Sure.
good it could be, as well as the rabbit hole of the mod world, because I'm not an expert in playing mods or installing them or anything. I get very nervous. Everybody knows.
It's a lot easier than it used to be.
I'm sure it is. And I'm, as you know, I'm kind of like a stubborn bastard when it comes to things I don't know. So, exactly. Be the first person to admit to that. I am so fucking stubborn. But if I learn how to do it, then that stubbornness just vanishes. So I think that I'd like to maybe start dabbling with mods on the PS4, because that is possible. I think they're kind of like pre-installed on the game. You just have to like load them. That came with the special edition. But I'd like to, at some point in my gaming career, like really give them a full chance. And because there are some pretty amazing mods out there for Skyrim that will change water effects and foliage, and sometimes just loads totally different textures and atmospheres. So I think that's going to be next level Skyrim experiencing for Will.
Yeah.